All right. Episode 11/12. 11 kind of sucked. So we're just going to jump over that and go to 12.
11 will not be
Bitcoin.
seeing the light of day, it seems.
Yeah. It definitely won't. Bitcoin at 30K.
Not quite, but almost. Almost.
I mean, I think
it
it's
just barely touched that 30K. I wonder if anyone got like filled at 30K. Because if you look at the, like, I don't.
Did you not? Is that
No,
your
at
entry price?
30K? No. I mean, it was.
What's
close
your
to
entry?
that, but I don't even remember. I honestly didn't even check. Like, it was just a basic swap on CowSwap.
Oh, you use CowSwap?
Yeah, I use CowSwap all the time. What do you use?
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I barely can swap anything. But if I do, I use Uniswap.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, why else would you use anything else?
Because aggregators, I mean, CowSwap.
Well, I mean, I browsed the Llama thing, the DeFi Llama one, to see like where best price is, and then I just go from there.
I mean,
I don't
CowSwap
really-
catches, as far as I know, I haven't been able to. I was like asking in their Discord once, but they didn't have a good way to see how it performs. But in theory, CowSwap every now and then should be able to catch like a better quote than even like Uniswap or something else, because they have their own little like coincidence of wants thing, which is their like MEV protection basically. It's not. I don't think it would be common because I guess CowSwap probably doesn't have that many users, but.
And you sold ETH into Bitcoin, or was it
sold
stables?
I sold. It was like. It was actually 1.5K. So it was like 500 in ETH and like 1,000 in USDC. So it wasn't
Interesting.
anything crazy.
So do you want to give the people and me your thesis and hopes for this trade? Because I don't understand it.
This is a new thing. First of all, before I start saying this, let me just say I'm completely talking out of my ass. Like not only is this like not like usually when people preface their trading strategies with that, it's because it's like super degenerate or because it's just like really hard to like properly execute. For this one, it's because I literally have put like no thought into this.
Just vibes, just feelings.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw that Bitcoin dominance was at all-time high. It still is, actually, right now.
Oof.
Well, not all-time high.
Bitcoin dominance watcher.
Listen.
I'm listening.
If you want me to get through this, I'm going to need
I'm
you
listening.
to
I just haven't heard you
attention.
like talk like this ever.
This is the stage that we're at in the market, where I look at charts and this is how bored I am. Anyways, Bitcoin dominance is at high since, I don't know, like, what is this? June 2021. And if it continues to go up by like 1% or 2%, it'll break out of this literally 2-year range. Bitcoin
It hasn't felt like 2 years.
It is Bitcoin dominance. We're at the top. We're at the complete top of the range right now.
What's the percentage for dominance right now?
50%. 50% is like basically where resistance is. We're like a little bit below it, like 49. But we've never been above that since April 2021. So that would be huge if we go above that. And then Bitcoin closed
Do you know
significantly higher on the daily. Closed not only above 29K, but well above it, like 29.7.
You know what Bitcoin price in April 2021 was?
No, let me guess. April 2021.
April 2021.
Oh, like 60K.
Yeah, Pico top. Literally the Pico, like, well, it went back down and it went back to 64, but that was the first Pico top.
What a time to be alive. I can't believe that actually happened. I wish I was actually like paying attention then.
Especially the move down from 36 back up to 64. Like, what a fucking move. What were we doing?
I was just starting to get familiar with like what blockchain is during that second move up. And then on the way down was when I started to get into like crypto Twitter and like communities and like actually get into crypto. So like, yeah, I guess I did. I started kind of at the beginning of the bull, but I didn't really like, I wasn't like conscious until like we were already on our way down.
So the last time the Bitcoin dominance, so you're saying that Bitcoin dominance is just going to break out from here above 50%.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
And that's just a feeling and vibe trade.
It's just a feeling and a vibe trade.
So
Listen,
you thinking like
as
alts
informed
underperform?
The thesis I just gave you.
Listen, you've made a lot of good feelings and vibes trades. I'll be the first one to admit that.
That's what I'm saying. Like any of these trades are just as informed as anyone else drawing. Well, maybe not that, but as anyone else.
I'll agree with that.
Like predict their outcomes for stuff like Bitcoin or Ethereum. Like no one really knows what's going to happen. It's all fugazi.
I'll agree with that. But I think what I was saying over text was like, so do you have any sense of like time frame on this?
No, it's all vibes. You enter
all vibes. So when the vibe goes away, you sell basically.
Yeah. Or when it goes, it doesn't necessarily need to go away. Maybe it just changes a little bit. I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna move this into like Ethereum or like Cardano or something. Maybe not Cardano.
Cardano.
Or something.
I think, okay, I'm going to explain my reasoning for why I don't agree with this trade.
If I hear you say dollar.
I'm not going to say.
I'm walking out of here.
I'm gonna avoid the macro talk and compare it to your like green line that you've been famous for on this podcast. The green line test. So I did something similar, some random indicator that's similar to the green line test. Basically, if it says green, that means it's going to go up. If it says red, then it's going to go down. I don't know what it's tracking. I don't know anything. But it's worked on the ETH chart with like my little small GMX trading portfolio. And I put it on the dollar and it says green. That's all I'm going to say. And so that means green go up. Whether or not dollar going up means anything to us is beside the point. But I also think this ties into your beliefs on what ETH is going to do after this upgrade. That's also like the second crypto specific part that I don't understand. So like to me, we're 2 days away from the upgrade. So like,
really?
Yeah, it's April 12th.
Shit, I gotta start
Selling Ethereum. Okay, so there it is.
No.
So you think?
That's not what I was gonna say. I was gonna say selling my stake wise.
Oh, so you're out of the LSD place.
Mostly, yeah. Well, except for Pendle, but Pendle is more than just an LSD play.
Mm-hmm.
But Pendle,
I like Pendle.
On Pendle, I'm not worried about it. Stake wise, I'm up 4% on stake wise. I don't have the best entry on this one.
So the main questions that everyone was talking about going into the upgrade is basically whether or not you think there's going to be more people staking or less people staking within the few weeks following the upgrade once people withdraw. You think there's going to be like a mass withdrawal? I mean, it's going to go slow and it's going to go like, it's not going to be all at once just based on like the rules set by Ethereum. There's going to be a line, like a waiting queue for that. But do you think like people just stop staking? Do you think more institutions or whatever? Because that's what you see on Twitter nowadays. Just like people are like, oh, the institutions are going to come because it's going to be like the base rate of earning on Ethereum in DeFi. Like the base rate is going to be staking, like the risk-free yield or whatever the fuck is going to be 4% or whatever.
Yeah,
Do you think Do you think people start entering in to staking?
It's a good question, but I think there's a bigger question that people are kind of missing with this whole thing, which is who cares? Like tell me why, like first of all, tell me how with any
it goes into price.
Tell me, okay, but there's no, like, this is one of those things that, like, no one can really, like, have any reasonable amount of
It's an educated guess.
confidence. I guess, but, like, it's just, I don't know.
Do you think it doesn't matter?
I think supply change events like this, or like even like the merge in some cases, it just like muddies the picture more than anything. Like, I think there's going to be volatility, yeah, but I don't think anything changes within the long or even medium term outlook. Like 2 months.
No, but I think that's not fair, because it's like you can't say the same thing about like transactions. Transactions on the blockchain resort to, you know, how much is burned, i.e. the supply and demand of Ethereum. So it's the same. It's the opposite side of the transactions on chain. Like, the transaction volume on chain is the people who are staking, and both of those things go into supply and demand, which lead into the price. So I feel like you're saying that like the amount of people staking and like what happens with withdrawals isn't gonna matter. It's like saying transaction volume on ETH doesn't matter.
I don't agree with that analogy.
Really?
Like, people staking on ETH trends upwards for the time being, at least. It's hard to, I mean, you can make, and this is a different question, is making an educated guess or a prediction about where that starts to taper off. But for now, for where we're at, there's pretty much no doubt that number trends upwards. Like, regardless of what happens with Shanghai, like I said, yes, there's going to be volatility like around it, but it doesn't affect like the bigger picture. Like, it was always
the amount of people staking.
Yeah, I'm saying it will affect the volatility of that around that day, no doubt.
Yeah.
But
forget the day. I'm talking like the weeks after.
Trends upwards. In general, trends upwards. That's
okay.
A no-brainer.
So that's your call.
Well, yeah, but I thought you were talking about like that given day, like what happens as a result.
No. Like the 2 weeks after, the month after, the year after.
Yeah.
The general thesis is that it just trends upwards.
I think that's.
So you're saying like a slow grind up?
I think that's like common sense almost.
That probably is. I think that's the case, but I think like to me, that common practice idea or that common sense idea leads. I mean, this is mid curve as fuck, but like that leads to number go up, in my opinion. I mean, like a risk, you know, maybe I'm buying too much into the whole like ETH MAXI shit, but I think like that plays into that risk-free yield, just plays into more stuff being built on top of it. Like, the yields are gonna be set at a proper like starting point, and people are gonna be able to do crazy shit on top of that, and that's just gonna lead to more volume happening on chain. Do you think people go staking on sexes or stay on like Lido, Rocket Pool, stuff like that?
Well, people who are still here, I think, are going to be looking at alternatives, or going to be more open to alternatives. But like, there's no reason for anyone who primarily trades on sexes to stake anywhere but Coinbase, or I don't know, some other sex that's eventually going to start providing staking. It's just so much easier. Like, even for.
Does Y2K have a do anything with LSDs or just stables?
They have staked ETH on there, I think. They have staked
Is
ETH,
there?
racked
What's the
Bitcoin.
payout for that, depegging?
That's a question. Let me check.
That could be interesting.
You would bet on that around Shanghai?
No, I wouldn't bet on that happening, because they fucked up their thing. They're not even gonna have Lido's not even gonna have withdrawals ready. when Shanghai
really?
happens.
I
Yeah,
didn't know that.
they've been sitting on their hands for like
Already.
months. They said like a few weeks or a month afterwards.
Damn.
I mean, that could do something. What's the
I was gonna
what
say what's
numbered?
playing out right now.
Yeah, what does it have to depeg to pay out on Y2K?
Not point 981.
That's totally feasible. I feel like.
It's at 0.99. I mean, it's pegged right now, pretty much. But it last went below the strike price December. For like most of December, it was under it.
What's the payout?
If you're providing for the risk pool, so if you're betting on no DPEG, you get 23% in a week. Dude,
Damn.
Y2K has some crazy rates. I'm just not realizing this. If you bet on it DPEGing and it DPEGs, you get 2,500, 250% in a week. So you get a
Oof.
2.5x.
Oof. Honestly, and they're all in week time frames, so it has to happen
Yeah,
within the week.
5 days, I think.
5 days.
I need to start playing around that because that's like kind of nuts.
Yeah.
Like a couple percent in a week against ETH. Like you just bet this.
Even the 20% is nice.
Yeah, I mean, but like for something like USDT, like when was the last time USDT went below like 0.99?
What are they paying out? You said Wajahak got like 5%, 1 to 5.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Damn.
And,
How much liquidity is going through there?
Not a lot. not a lot. I mean, I guess it's kind of hard to gauge their TBL because they have weekly epics. But it looks like, I mean, there's still a day until like the deposit period closes. But for the USDT pool, which I would assume is one of the more common ones, there's about 29 ETH in this pool. So really not that much. I would guess as something like this gains traction, these rates come down. But I guess it's really just the ratio that matters. It's not so much. It's not so much how much is in their total.
Yeah. But yeah, my whole thesis is that I think you're wrong on the Bitcoin outperforming bet. I think if Bitcoin performs well, ETH will perform just as well, if not more. But I think we have the same thought on alts other than ETH. I think that's...
Yeah, I'm still... I was just looking at my like DeFi yield portfolio today, and I don't have any alts right now except for Pendle, I think. Pendle and actually Velocore. I just realized this today.
Velocore.
Like the day before maybe like 2 days before our last pod, I bought like a smallish bag of Velocore. It's just a solidly fork on ZK Sync. And
I saw you tweet about this.
Yeah, it was kind of a punt at the time, but like I looked into it more and like actually added on to it today. I totally should have given that as my call for last week because it's like
Yeah, that would have been a good one. That would have been a good one.
Yeah.
You held on to it?
I added on to it today.
Oh shit, nice.
Yeah.
Do you still have other ZK stuff, or are you?
Well, I have.
You
some
dumped
ETH
all of
sitting on there. I have some ETH sitting on there, and I did have some space, but I sold my space to buy more Velocore because space. I don't know why people. Space, it's like I don't even know what it is. It's like one of these like one size fits all projects that's like a launch pad, a DEX, an NFT.
Dude, I hate that shit.
It's like they have like Comic Sans on their website, and like it's just
Comic Sans.
I feel like whenever I shit on a project, like it almost feels bad sometimes because there's probably like some honest.
Who did you shit on?
Who, like,
You shit on the Byte Mason guys.
I saw
badly.
I saw this thread today. I think it was Lynn. Lynn, if you
She fucks with the Byte Masons Very
thread,
heavily.
Lynn, dude, that thread that you posted today on Lynn's leverage, I'm gonna pull it up.
Let's pull it up. Let's pull it up.
This thread is so bad, and you put it.
Chill out, man.
I can't believe. Like, I thought you were better than this. It wasn't anything she wrote. It was something she wrote from someone else. Let me see if I can find it. Maybe it wasn't.
Hey, man. People are gonna make a bag. People are gonna make a bag. Are you gonna share a screen on it?
I'm trying to find it. All right, I found it. I'm sorry to whoever this person is who made this thread, but like, come on, guys. We have to do like.
We have to do better.
We got to be accountable at some point. Can you see my screen?
Not yet. Just link me it because I think the recording is gonna grab it either way, but it might not load for me.
Grab it?
No, the recording. Oh no, you're good. You got it.
All right, look. You see here. This is Lynn's leverage. She got this here. She got a couple threads from Chronos. This is the first one. And like respect for putting all these graphics together. I don't know how you did this, but like that was a pretty good job. I like that.
Midjourney.
Yeah, this is Midjourney. Really?
Probably. Everyone's using Midjourney for the threads nowadays.
Right, let's see.
Oh, Cronus.
It's about to pop and make some noise. Well, I'm so bullish on it. Wait, was it not what we were talking about?
We were talking about like how much we hate launchpads, dexes, combination
no, I was
things.
talking about Cronus. Was I not?
Oh no, we can go through Cronus. I wanted to talk about Cronus.
I was talking about how when I shit on projects, I feel bad sometimes, but then like I see stuff like this and it just makes me mad. Anyways, so this guy, he's about to tell us why he's so bullish on it, what exactly it is, and why it's a sleeping giant.
Mr. X credible.
All right, let's see. It's a whole lot of words to just say that it's a V33 model. It generates value for users, reliable liquidity provision for both new and established protocols, and hence it is the most established VE33. You literally said nothing there besides the fact that it's VE33 and that it's the best. Let's move on. Airdrop.
Flywheel.
Blah, blah, blah.
Oh, fuck.
Chronos flywheel. Does this, it does that, it does this, it does that. This is literally just a V33 without rebase. Cool. That's like one new thing we got there. But literally, Lost Keys. Ooh, it's an NFT project. This is like the one new thing.
No shot.
There's an NFT project that they have which gets you royalties and fee revenue. It's like, cool. It's like a new thing about the project, I guess. Groundbreaking feature. Airdrops. This is like a different problem I have with this project is how they're doing their airdrop. But like I'm not gonna look, it's muted because I muted the word airdrop. NFT marketplace for what?
They're an NFT marketplace too?
Marketplace for what? Do you like these sneak peeks? Well, who doesn't like? Wow. Sneak peeks.
Emoji.
This is the shit I hear. Let me show you space. This is the shit I hate. It's like,
I see.
Also, not only are there 7 different things, like half of which don't work, but also each one opens its own tab. Okay, maybe not each one, but most of them open their own tab. Okay, maybe just 2 of them or 3 of them.
I see what you mean though. Like
It's
doing
bad
20,
user experience.
20, 30 different things.
Got the most partnerships, big projects, and this.
I feel like this
I can't even lie. This pick goes hard.
I feel like this is going to be the same thing that happened with Camelot. Like they're just going to launch BD partnership after BD partnership, and then the shit's going to moon. That's what I think is going to happen.
Could be.
With
My
this
problem is like this is a like I was shitting on it before. It's a project that has some nuance to it. Like it's not immediately bad, but it's not like it has glaring, not like groundbreaking, but it has like significant flaws too. And this guy goes and makes a thread. He throws some pretty pictures together, and there's nothing in this thread. There is like nothing of substance besides like a quick list of partners, like anything that you can glean within like 30 seconds of browsing the first page. And then just, it's so innovative. It's going to be a beast among all dexes. Let's see all it has. An NFT, majority ested LPs, innovative master chef, evolve V33, sticky protocol, bribes.
Sticky liquidity.
Like half of these are just part like this.
Buzzwords.
This. It's all just components of a V33 model. So like you can truncate this down to like 2 words. And
Is it launched? Is it live?
No,
They partnered with Frax?
they have good partnerships, dude. They have another big name
Possible
partnership
Finance,
that's
Liquid
coming soon.
Driver,
Liquid Driver,
Deuce, Inverse, Greenery.
Possible Byte Masons.
The Byte
Actually,
Mason
the
guys are
biggest-
legit though.
The thing that makes me upset, or not makes me upset, but just confuses me, is the fact that the biggest partnership they have isn't even like on here.
Who?
I don't know if I can say, but it's a bigger
okay.
name. It's a bigger name than is on there.
Lynn?
Huh?
Is it Lynn?
Well, I guess, I mean, she's definitely incentivized in some way to talk about them, given.
Oh, I mean, shit.
partnership with-
I don't blame
But
people
yeah,
for doing
anyways,
that.
I was a bit of a tangent there, but my main points are like, number one, like threaders, like do a fucking better job. Like guys, please, it's not.
Did you
not like
see
some
the
sensationalist
new
network.
acronym that protocols are using for like threaders, like classifying threaders? It was KOL. Fuck,
Key
I don't know what it
opinion leader?
stands for. Yes.
That's like
Key
it's
opinion
like
leader.
A marketing term. It's not just for threaders. It's
Oh.
like a marketing term for a while.
Well, this. Oh shit.
like
Well, it
influencers.
was interesting that they started using that for crypto threaders.
But yeah, my second point. What was my second point? I don't like protocols.
That leads into the whole like.
Points.
That leads into the whole like shitcoin idea that I was gonna mention. That happened with like Camelot. I was kind of pissed that I missed the Camelot move, but it's
The move up.
well, yeah, not in terms of just like price, but just like watching. Yeah, like volume is back down to where it's supposed to be under 10 million. Like that was
When did you first find Camelot?
I've heard of Camelot, like, dude, they partnered with Excalibur like long ago.
Damn.
Like I saw almost every one of their partnerships leading up, and I'm like, no way this thing with fucking just hot air is just gonna explode. And then it did like an insane multitude. But I'm glad that's dead. But I think like there's gonna be a rotation of like the ARB people into other alts, because I could easily see it happening with Cronus.
Bitcoin just broke above 30K, by the way. We're at 30.2 right now.
I
On
mean,
Twitter space, man.
hey man, this might be. I mean, what is that? Where do you dump at? What are you waiting for? Yeah, where do you dump that Bitcoin?
Bitcoin's a
Oh yeah,
source
you
of
talking
energy
about
right
this?
now. What was that?
You
what
were
was
saying that this is your
30%
DCA. This is your DCA price, right?
No, I don't dump, but I take it. I moved to Ethereum from there. What's it? Bitcoin. Here, this is his pin tweet. Bitcoin is a swarm of cyber hornets serving the goddess of
Who?
wisdom, feeding on the Michael Saylor.
Oh my god.
This is pin tweet. This guy's so corny. Like, I like him. I think he's good for the space. But like, my God,
He would've
I don't think I
made
could
so
stand- I
much
don't think
more
I could
money
stand a
buying
30-second
ETH.
conversation with him.
Yeah.
Well, would he?
Oh yeah. People compared his entries and like timing
I don't
from
know what
Bitcoin to
the
ETH.
are, actually.
He would have made multitudes more on ETH. Insane multitudes more. Even now.
I saw his tweet
Damn.
the other day that was like, not anytime soon, but in the future he'll have to sell at some point. Like,
I don't really care what Michael Saylor has to say. Fuck that guy.
I think it's kind of funny.
Yeah, he's like kind of funny, but like I don't know. You want to talk about let's say your vibe trade is true and alt shit the bed compared to Bitcoin. What's the shopping list that you got? Give us like the first 5 that come to mind that are not ETH. First 3. Could be NFTs. Could be.
So I came up with 2 today. I was telling Cedo before the pod. I started on this and then I got distracted like 2 minutes in. The first 2 I have is gear. Gear. I mentioned a while back probably that I had a pretty big gear bag, but I sold all of it. For a
You
small
dumped on the
loss, I
viewer. You told you shilled it and dumped on us.
I guess I did. It's at all-time low right now against ETH, against USD. It's close. It's like 30. Well, not close, but it's like 30% off. I still like Gear. I still really like Gear actually, but I think it's way too early. I think they need to go through a lot of stress testing.
Even after that, you saw that sentiment hack.
Yeah, but sentiments.
I don't know if they're alive.
They are.
They are?
Yeah, they recovered funds.
Nice.
Sentiment's peanuts compared to
Gearbox.
Gearbox, yeah. So like because of how long it's gonna take before they're like solidified as a primitive, I'm just giving it time. I'll probably like properly DCA into this one because I'm expecting this to be a much longer term
Yeah.
play.
I also like Gearbox. I think they're 0 to 1.
Yeah. Premia, I'm not super confident in this one because options, as we have seen, are very hard to get right. I don't know enough about like the development space to know why they would be ready now versus 2 years ago. Because like I was buying DopeX like a year ago. Like I was fucking around with like Zeta and like Ribbon a year ago, maybe longer, and like I thought they were ready then, as a small fish with no capital. But obviously, like there's problems with liquidity and capital efficiency and price discovery. So, and I'm not like as tapped into that space as I was before. Like I haven't really paid attention to any like options or derivatives projects in a while. And I did see. Do you see that AVO just launched?
Yeah, the Ribbon project.
No, it's an optimism based L2.
It's under Ribbon.
It's
The
under
Ribbon guys. Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh.
Kind of like Quenta with synthetics.
Right.
Apparently it's fucking sleek. The UI looks really nice.
Yeah. I don't know anything about that one besides like most of my smartest friends who are into derivatives are into it. Actually, let me ask these guys if they can get me a spot. Alright, so I probably should restart the pod.
You're good.
You said 5, right? I'll be quicker with the next 2. Give you some time to. Squiggles. Squiggles is I try check those every so often because I would be. Dude, it's just. Did I tell you about?
I told you 7.5 is your entry. That's the fair value entry price for Squiggles.
Did I tell you about, or did you hear about the Squiggle DAO loans?
No.
Oh, dude, this is huge.
Private lending?
No, not private lending, but on NFTfi, there's standing offers from Squiggle DAO against any Squiggle for you get 6 ETH at like 9% for a year.
Damn.
So you pay 9%, you pay back like 6.5 ETH in total after a year. Which is
That's pretty cool.
ridiculous, yeah.
So they're making like a synthetic floor, basically.
Well, kind of. Well, no.
Well, but if it drops below 6 ETH, then
They
everyone will
adjust
borrow.
They
I guess,
adjust the terms.
Oh, they'll adjust it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right now it's set to that. But if that's the starting point in this market, like, that's fucking nuts, dude. Like, 60% LTV, 9%.
Do they have like a DAO? They have a DAO set up? How big is their treasury?
I don't know. You can probably see.
Is it all from like royalties and, or are they a part of a larger umbrella that like raise money?
No, it's just one entity. They have a token too for other people who want to enter. They have 10 mil in Squiggles, 2.5 mil in USDC, and then 750 mil in ETH, which is
Shit ton.
like 1.2 mil. Sorry,
Bless you.
I'm sick for this pod, by the way, in case you guys haven't noticed.
I'm going to keep you sneezing without editing that out.
But yeah, pretty sizable treasury. 13 mil about. 13.
I like that they're doing. Are they using? You said they're facilitating that through NFTfi, the protocol.
Yeah, but Squiggle DAO, I've been hanging out in their Discord for a little while. Like, I'm sure they.
How'd you get in there?
You can just join. I mean,
Oh, really?
Most most of the channels aren't open up, obviously. You can also buy 1,000 squiggle tokens and you join the DAO that way, but that's like, I think that's like 1 ETH more or less.
Interesting.
So yeah, squiggles number 3. That would be higher up definitely. If this was
You don't have to hit 5 if you don't want to.
All right,
But
I'll
if you
leave it
have
at 3 for
5,
now.
I'll leave it at 3.
For right now. There you go.
Yeah.
Solana.
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 What any price for Solana, right? I just think Solana is so overvalued right now.
Any price.
But any price?
Why is it overvalued?
Nobody's using it. They sell block space. No one's demanding it.
Disagree.
Who's using Solana right now?
Solana users. How am I supposed to answer that? Who's using Ethereum right now? Ethereum users. It's not.
No, like
people using this stuff.
you're using Ethereum.
Yeah, and I'm.
You don't use Solana.
I do use Solana. Okay, well I don't use.
Okay,
it.
give me.
Okay.
Give me your guess of the last 24-hour fees generated on Solana.
See, that's a bad example because Solana is not made to, like, you can't compare like fees with Solana and another blockchain because they're different.
No, I'm not going to compare them. I'll compare them against themselves. I'll compare them against themselves.
Okay, sure. Their fees in the last 24 hours, honestly, I would be surprised if it were above 7 figures.
It's 35K.
35K? Holy shit, gas is cheap over there.
$35,000. At peak, they were doing $2 million in November 2021.
How's their uptime looking? What is that? Like
Psych, I lied. Their peak daily is 300K. Their peak weekly is
so what? They're down
2 million.
90%, just like everything else in the market. That's not that big.
True. No, I just don't think Solana above $20 is a fair value. Just a vibe, another vibe trade.
Okay, that's fair.
Another vibe trade.
They have been performant in the last 6 hours, no downtime. So no downtime and about.
You gotta like pray and like cross your fingers for Solana to have a week worth of uptime.
3,200 transactions per second.
Where are you seeing that?
Solana Beach. SolanaBeach.io. I used to check this site pretty often when I was did I ever tell you
You
this
were,
was Solana?
I know, yeah, you were Solana Maxi. You were probably the one who converted Josh and like left him there
No, actually, I wasn't.
to fend for himself.
Well, actually, no. I probably was because.
Yeah, no, he said it on the pod.
Really?
Yeah, he made a majority of one of his best trades was off your Solana call.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Because I remember I told him we were at like dinner. We were at my birthday dinner actually, for my 21st birthday, and I was telling him about yield farming. I just discovered what yield farming was, and I was yield farming
On your birthday dinner.
and telling him how much money.
Born to be in crypto.
And then he eventually ended up buying it at like. I don't remember. I remember texting him every time it broke all-time high, like.
Yeah, he said that. He said that.
And like, I still remember texting him. Like, I could probably find the text right now, honestly.
So I have my shopping list is obviously ETH. Anything close to 1,000, I'm buying. Arbitrum, anywhere near $1, I'm buying.
I think ETH gets close to 1,000.
Yeah, we're range bound. Whether you
You think
guys
1,000
like
is
want-
part of that range?
Yep. 20,000.
1,000 is a deviation.
Nah. 1,000. We'll see. We'll see it. No, I mean I'm not gonna pray for 1,000. I'm not gonna be like full fucking bear. If we get 1,200, I'll still consider myself right, like somewhere in that boat. Arbitrum. Did you still in Arb? Are you back in?
So I'm still on ARM. I haven't sold any. I bought a little bit today actually. I sold some acid. All my acid actually. I meditated on my LSD plays.
Blur. Another part of this guessing game.
Why?
on
Why
ranking. Okay, just entertain me real quick.
All right, all right.
On DeFi Llamas, rank by fees and revenue. Where do you think Blur sits?
By fees and revenue.
Yes.
Blur doesn't charge. Blur doesn't necessarily charge fees.
Well, let's not get into semantics here, but it's on DeFi Llamas, so I'm just gonna like trust it.
Okay.
Let's just. It's at number 8, and this is among. This is among. This is for 24-hour fees. The next thing above it is Bitcoin. So it goes ETH, Tron, Lido, BSC, Uniswap, GMX, Bitcoin, Blur, Level, and PancakeSwap.
GMX. Wow.
So in terms of protocols only, they're 1, 2, 3, 4 in protocol only. And yes, everyone's gonna say it's for fucking airdrop or whatever. I think it's an attention game. I don't think Blur is gonna be out of people's attention. They're gonna constantly be in that cycle of attention from now until forever. People were, I think, counting them out in terms of what their airdrop was gonna look like. What happens when people bring on projects onto their platform. Like, these guys, I think, have developed the ethos that the NFT market needed. And like in a bear, I think that is going to propel them for longer and farther than a lot of people are expecting. I think people are expecting Blur to be like a I don't know what to compare it to in terms of like provided an airdrop, and I think people are thinking it's going to be Aptos, where the hype is just going to be steadily down. TVL is going to be steadily down post airdrop. I think I completely disagree with that. And yeah, the guy Pac-Man, I think he's as tapped into this space as you would want someone who's running a protocol now. And yeah, I think they're backing. Like, you can't ask for a better project right now. I don't think you can name a better project with better backing, better team, etc. That's a protocol. That's a protocol. Not like a chain. Not like a name 5. Name 5 Blur outperformers.
Not outperformers. I'll name 5 with better value propositions than Blur.
Define value propositions to me.
Something.
That's such a vague VC word.
Something. No, it's not.
What's value prop?
Something. Okay, just something that I would rather put my money in than Blur.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna put your money into it, so it outperforms. What do you like? That's the whole key.
I just think that the near future of NFTs is too uncertain right now to make a strong case for Blur. And like, have you used OpenSea Pro yet?
No.
It's the same thing, dude.
No one's gonna use OpenSea Pro.
It's why wouldn't they? It's OpenSea.
Because there's so many, like, that's like telling, like, especially in a bear, everyone's looking for like hype, and they're gonna deploy liquidity or even their like activity and time, and it's something that's gonna be more like plus EV. OpenSea Pro is not plus EV. If you're gonna do NFT trade, because if you're gonna do NFT trading, you're gonna go to the place that's gonna incentivize you for it. Maybe it's not gonna be as good in terms of airdrop and like longevity of an airdrop, but at the very least, there's gonna be liquidity mining. They're gonna boost whatever they need to with their token. Maybe they dilute it to shit. Who knows? But it's better than fucking sitting on OpenSea if, like you said, it's the exact same thing. Which I disagree that it's the exact same thing. It has the same UI. You can do majority of the same things, but like, what are you gonna say when they turn on fee share? Then it's not gonna be the same thing.
They're too far into. They've dug themselves into too far a hole to turn on a fee share until they have a commanding lead of the market again. But that being said,
they do have commanding lead of the
can't
market.
keep incentivizing forever.
Not forever, but long enough. Long enough.
Exactly, and that's
Okay, tell me why. Tell me why. Tell me why. Tell me why. Like, to me, someone who has the perfect idea in terms of just marketing, in terms of ethos, of who represents the NFT market. Frank D. Gods, although you don't follow him on Twitter anymore, went to partner with anybody for their most hyped launch, the first NFT project, major NFT project, to switch fucking chains. Went and used Blur to facilitate that. I don't think they gave him a check. I don't think they did anything like that. It's just Blur is the Ethereum community's NFT trading hub. It's not OpenSea anymore. And it's not going to be OpenSea again. I just don't think so. You're not... okay, if you want to be honest right now, you are not using OpenSea Pro. You bought the NFT, and that's it. And you might have even bought that on Blur. You're not using OpenSea Pro. You're using Blur.
NFT, and I haven't bought an NFT in...
So you're telling me you're gonna go to OpenSea? You're gonna go to OpenSea Pro once you do?
I would try it out. Yeah, I would play around.
You're gonna.
Okay, actually no,
like,
that's not true. Right now, I
you're
would
not
use Blur because of the incentives. You're right.
Exactly, and they're always gonna bring some form of it.
Not always. No, they can't do it forever.
Yes, bro. Once that runs out, they turn on fee switch, and then that's it. You're incentivized. Fee switch. You're done. You're done. It's over. A token wins when a token versus no token. Although you can argue the Uniswap, SushiSwap thing, I think that SushiSwap failed because of poor management. And I think the Blur team, if anybody, like they've realized that the most. They realize that they're the SushiSwap in this situation, and they're gonna do everything in their power to like not end up like SushiSwap. I think like you see on Twitter, nobody got hacked by SushiSwap because nobody uses that shit.
That's not
nobody used. I didn't see anyone on my timeline that actually got fucking liquidated. I'm gonna be honest with you. I know I haven't used SushiSwap in so long. I didn't even revoke the contract. I don't care. If it's gone already, it's gone, and I know I haven't used it in long enough for it to be gone. I'm telling you, Blur is an easy outperformer. Easy. Anything under 50 cents is a fucking buy. And I'm going to be buying next time it's under 50 cents. Next one on my list. Dude.
Your one salient point there was the fee switch thing. Everything else...
Yeah, but everything else is blurred out.
You think
but I'm... blurred out. No. Dude, all they have to do... They only have to do a few things.
Which is what? Turn on fees.
Turn on fees. Sponsor fucking events and NFT in-person events. Bring on more blue chip assets. And then, fork every NFT lending platform that does well. Fork NFTfi or whatever peer-to-pool platform. They just do the same thing, add it on there. Boom. They're done. No one's going to use anything else. Watch. I guarantee that's what the blurred out thing is on their roadmap.
They have like 4 different blurred out things on their roadmap.
I guarantee one of them is lending. Guaranteed. And that's why they have the pool. These guys bypassed the fucking OpenSea Seaport block. They changed how people treated NFTs in a year. I think these guys are tapped in. I'm long as fuck Blur.
My concern is not with anything that you said. I think Blur appeals to a specific kind of trader that so happens to be exactly what a power trader, well, not so happens to be. They intended for it to be this way, that it appeals most to degens, essentially. People who flip for profit and nothing else.
That's where the trend is going.
That's where the trend has been. It's not going there. It's been there for years now.
Yeah, but I think it's gonna keep going there. You're saying that it's gonna stop.
It doesn't keep going there. You think they're gonna have more people coming in?
People are gonna be making money doing it.
NFTs are too. No, I don't think that happens. I think if that happens. then NFTfi is fucked, first of all. Our image and regulation is fucked.
Whoa, don't do that. Don't do that.
Dude, you're telling me this is sustainable? You're telling me we can go on flipping feet pics to stupider people, buying them at higher prices? There is no... NFTs suck right now, dude. Like, let's be honest. Like, the state of...
Okay, I'm not going to disagree with NFTs
market,
suck.
The market, the traders, the communities, the products behind them. NFTfi is like the first thing that's trying to build out something that can be more than just that. And it's like...
Okay,
all the problems that exist with it right now are because of that, are because of the fact that people are just trying to flip for a profit.
Okay, let's remove every single PFP, shitty project, feet pics, owls, whatever the fuck. Let's remove every art project, right?
What's left? What's left?
Okay, I'm going to tell you what's left. At the very least, if you take out all the stuff that's just, you're saying is like hot air and it's just hype and no one's going to like these kinds of things anymore.
What's left is Donald Trump NFTs for his
No, you're forgetting what's left. What's left is Uni V3 LP positions. At the very least, if people are on there treating Uni V3 LP positions as they should, not an image, but as like a pool of money that they can trade back and forth and make whatever money on in the form of an NFT, I think that's enough for Blur. Maybe not enough.
They're not NFTs.
What do you mean that's...
They're NFTs by definition because they're non-fungible, but they're an entirely different...
And people trade
NFT.
them.
Not on OpenSea.
But you can. Where do people trade them?
OpenSea or Blur is not optimized to trade a Uni V3 LP position.
Why not?
Just like it's not optimized to trade an ERC 1155, even though it's technically an NFT. Like, just because OpenSea and Blur are not NFT marketplaces. They're marketplaces for NFTs that are solely used for the image on them or the community behind them. Whereas
yeah, but what if
or Uni V3 are actual financial tools.
Yeah, but do you think that people don't trade financial tools? And
yes, but not OpenSea.
Yeah, but whatever it is, like what are they going to trade it on?
You're talking about a completely different kind of marketplace.
Okay, maybe I'm reaching. Maybe I'm reaching. Maybe I'm reaching. Maybe I'm reaching a bit. But I think what happens if you can start trading LP positions on not Uni V3, but I'm talking on NFT loans.
I would hope so. That would be cool.
Yeah, I think just because you can make money off that, and it's not an arbitrage by definition, but there's some form of arbitrage there if you're smart enough. And I'm not saying I am, but I'm saying there is a market for people who are. And I could easily see them trading these fucking loans back and forth.
Maybe. I think most LPs are too sophisticated for something like that. LPing is a super calculated process. It's not like there's unless you have a difference of opinions in the price action of one of the tokens for a volatile pair, it's not like there's something that can be inherently mispriced about an LP position. And
well, I'm talking about the NFT loans as well, not just the Uni V3 positions. I'll admit I was reaching with the Uni V3 positions, but I still think
dude, you know what I was thinking earlier today?
NFTs are not that shit. People, okay, let me go through the rest of my list.
Yeah, go ahead. Well, okay,
we got
so far we have ARB, ETH, Blur,
Magic.
Give me
I gave my thesis on that.
Something sub 100 mil market cap.
Oh, I don't know. I don't think I like I said last week, I'm not diving that deep yet.
Okay.
I'm not unless it's an airdrop or something like that, I don't want to dive that deep. I have Magic because people are going to start gambling on it. Watch. And then synthetics. I think Magic, anything under $1 is a buy. Synthetics. What did I have for synthetics? And this is not financial advice. $1.50 for synthetics. Holy, look at Milady's peaking out at 2.5 ETH. What a fucking call.
Did you see
What
GC sold a bunch of them?
Yeah. Did you see somebody sold 33 punks in one fucking thing on Blur?
Jesus.
They did it on Blur.
No, I didn't.
And then I also have Curve. I think they're not sub 100 mil market cap. Nowhere near, are they?
Definitely.
Curve. Well, synthetics is my derivatives play. Magic is the GameFi play. Curve is the LSDs and stable protocol stables play. Even
Oh, yeah, I guess for like.
yeah, if you're gonna if you're gonna make something new, you're gonna need a curve pool. I think that stays happening for a long time.
Okay.
And then although I know I'm buying in the hype here, I like Joe just because, like I was explaining to you, it's just they did something better. Like their liquidity book is obviously better with not as much resources. So I just think they're a better product. You can buy Joe at like 40 cents. Anything above that, you shouldn't be buying. Not financial advice, but I will be buying. Huh? That's 60 cents right now.
60 cents. Okay. I guess Joe's sub 100.
Do you want to
market cap, I think, right? No, it's not. 200 mil. Jesus.
sub 100 mil? I'll agree with you, and I'll throw something into that ZK Sync VE33, but literally less than 1% of portfolio.
I wouldn't be. I mean, I'm watching that play out in real time. I'm not like set and forget about that at all. I think the narrative makes sense for the top decks.
Is Frax under 100 mil?
No, definitely
Yeah, what the fuck is that? What are you touching that's under 100 mil?
Gear.
Okay.
Gear, I think. Gear Premia's around. Oh, Gear's Gear's 12 mil. Yeah. Where else did I say? Solana, definitely not. Premia's under 100 mil, and Squiggles.
Milady's under 100 mil?
I would not have priced a goddamn NFT collection past floor.
Okay, I think one last topic before we end the pod.
Wait, I wanted to talk about. I had two things.
About my picks?
No. About. Well, first I wanted to get to what this guy asked about this NFTfi strat.
Oh, yeah.
Before that, did you see my tweet about what I was talking about nouns today? Just like hypothetically nouns.
No.
All right. So when you lend, when you borrow against an NFT you have, that gets escrowed in NFTfi, and then your counterparty gets an NFT representing that position, right? But your NFT itself is locked in a smart contract. Nouns being a good example because governance matters a lot with nouns. So for that 30-day period, 90-day period, year-long period, whatever that you're borrowing against it, that vote is not going to be doing anything. It's just locked up. So what if users could bid for specific props or for maybe a month or something for voting rights for that specific noun to influence the protocol to vote a certain way? What if the protocol could vote on behalf?
So buying the vote.
Yeah, essentially bribing. And what if that?
Somebody is doing that.
Revenue and get distributed. What if that went to the user who's borrowing?
Wait, so explain that one more time, but with the from the point of view. I'm not understanding the point of view of who's bribing who's.
Let's say I have.
Okay.
Well,
Alice and Bob example here.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't like Alice. Let's say I have a noun and you have however much ETH to lend against my noun. So I put my noun in NFTfi. You put up 30 ETH or whatever. I take the 30 ETH. The noun gets locked in the smart contract, and you get the promissory note, the just representation of that exchange. The noun itself is in a smart contract in NFTfi, so it can't vote. But let's say any user outside of us two, or us two if we wanted to, can go and there's a new noun vote like a couple times a week. Let's say anyone can go and bid for a vote for a specific prop. So like there's a couple votes a week. Let's say, I don't know how much people would pay for something like that, but I can easily imagine that for a single noun vote, someone would pay like $100 probably, $100 maybe $200. For more influential ones, easily more. So let's say they go and they pay for that. There's maybe 2 noun votes a week. Let's lowball. Let's say they pay 50. It's $100 a week in revenue that's being generated for, I don't know, maybe for me and you, maybe for just me because it's my noun. That's helping offset the cost of the borrow. Because it's just sitting there. Like it's utility that the NFT has that is just there. So like, why not monetize it?
So you think nouns can monetize the value of their votes?
It could be. Well, I don't think it would be nouns necessarily.
Or do you think a protocol could monetize the market for people wanting to buy votes
I think the
within
protocol
a
could provide the
DAO?
medium for me, a nouns holder, to monetize it. If I'm borrowing against my noun, it's going to cost.
There's
me
someone.
something.
There's someone doing that in NFTfi. I'm trying to find it right now, but I think it's one of those fractional ones where it's either a fractional one or there's one where you can put up a smaller amount of money to gain, like, basically you're borrowing, like, let's say Bored Apes is going to do an airdrop, and if you're a Bored Apes holder, you get the airdrop of whatever. And like people want to, it's almost like buy now, pay later, where you're like putting up a smaller amount to have the NFT in your wallet and you're paying it off. And it's almost like you can pay it off for what the airdrop is, or what it's similar to what you're saying, but not exactly in terms of like the voting. But I see what you're saying. I do like that idea.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'd be interesting to see how much people are willing to give away their voting rights for. I think that's the most interesting part.
Anyone who borrows against NFT is willing to give away their voting rights for however long they have the borrow up. But the thing is on most NFTfi platforms, I think on all actually, at least I haven't seen a single noun. And maybe that's the case. Maybe it's because voting is so valuable as a noun. It can't be that valuable though, because they still have poor turnout. I can just check this fucking aaa.is website. Shout out to this guy who made this, because it's actually a really useful website. Offers book, loans history. Damn. Maybe there's no market for nouns. Maybe voting is that valuable. Oh fuck, I lost you.
My bad. Yes.
So good. There's like no market for nouns on NFTfi. I'm wondering why. I'll find out why. Figure that out.
Probably similar to like punks.
There's a market
Maybe
for
like,
punks.
or well, not like punks, but yeah. Actually, why is there not a market for nouns? But yeah, someone is trying to do that. I think that's a good idea. But there's some NFTfi protocol that is trying to allow people to lend and still have their voting rights, or the opposite, where you're allowed to basically borrow an NFT for the voting rights for like a smaller fee than what it would be to buy the entire NFT. I forget which one it is. Have you heard of Abacus?
I've heard of it, but I'm not super familiar. There's 2 different Abacuses.
They're the one that's doing pricing for NFTs. I didn't know how.
I'm not familiar with it.
They're just like a quick thing on their protocol, but they're pretty fucking cool. Like the way that they're pricing is just like, imagine if you had a like a house, and someone came and like appraised it, and instead of just like them saying, oh, it's worth $1 million, they're saying like, I'll pay you $1 million. They're signing a contract saying they'll pay $1 million for it. So like you have people depositing into these like pools with different tranches in terms of like risk, and they kind of determine the price for the NFT, and then you get like rewarded somehow with the Abacus token, ABC token. It's a really cool protocol, and like the whole idea is what happens with risk and yield for lenders and borrowers once there's fully backed liquidity underneath these loans. So like if someone builds on or uses Abacus to be like NFTfi uses Abacus, like they can lower their risk metrics because they know someone is going to buy it for like 2 ETH under what the loan is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they're going to incentivize people to deposit into it. I think that's like through the whole NFTfi deep dive I've done, that's one of the ones that I'm like deploying the liquidity there is like a good move.
I wonder how
I like that.
scalable it is.
I think I don't see why it wouldn't be that scalable.
They could definitely like sell a token to raise more funds, or sell an NFT or something to raise more funds.
And the guy was on the NFT Finance podcast with the Goblin Sacks guys, and his take on the NF or the token in general was pretty based. Like he was comparing it to like they're gonna have an inflation rate for the token. Like they're gonna be like he was comparing it to how ETH is inflationary, and like the model that ETH has, and yeah, so I like them. Everything else in NFTfi is pretty shit at the moment. Wasabi is actually nicer than I thought they would be.
Have you used it?
No, in terms of the research I went into, like I thought it was gonna be like NFT perps, like virtual AMM, but like there's liquidity back, like there's gonna be liquidity underneath like the options, and so I think from like how he described it, it's a better choice for derivatives than perpetuals are.
It is, but it's still limited right now. Which thing that sucks.
Yeah.
You can't sell naked calls or puts, which is. I mean, I wouldn't even know how to go about doing that. Like,
But the thing is, most of the ones in here, most of the ones compared to them are either only doing calls or only doing puts. Like there's nobody doing both.
I mean, they're definitely top in that regard.
Yeah, doesn't say much, but it says something.
That reminds
You
me
know,
of-
DeFi Llama is doing loan aggregation for NFTs.
It's just data though, right? They're not actually. It's not like an actual front end.
I don't know. Yeah, they're a loan aggregator dashboard, but they give instant loans, fixed interest, pay only for the time you borrow, isolated pools. MetaStreet is also one
MetaStreet's
that we should. Yeah, MetaStreet is very fucking solid.
There's
Also,
exposure opportunities for these.
Revest is a good derivatives one. They have like a partner protocol that's DeFi based, where they basically package NFTs into like ERC tokens, and you can just trade them as like financial NFTs. They have cool UIs on them, like they have active imagery on them where like colors on the token change, like or colors on the image change to determine like if it's been unlocked or locked, and you can change duration for how long it's locked. You can specify who can unlock it. It's pretty cool. I think
There's a lot of
people.
I think there's a lot of nifty stuff in the NFTfi space. None of it's like, whoa, like this is gonna do some shit. It's all like, oh, that's neat, you know.
Yeah,
But it's like, I mean, there's a lot more to it than just.
I feel like we've talked about this before, but are you still of the peer-to-peer or peer-to-pool? What's your fancy?
For the market, for the way the market is right now, peer-to-peer. But
Yeah, there's one that's doing hybrid. They're doing both.
yeah, I think that's what I was gonna say. Is I actually think ending up with some sort of hybrid type of formula, like I think Squiggle's offering.
They basically
their
do.
own
It's
collection.
yeah.
That's
Sodium
what it
does
says right there.
peer-to-peer loans and instant peer-to-pool liquidity that can have peer-to-peer loans added on top for higher LTVs.
I mean, that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
To have like, let's say
You
Jake
get
just
instant
decided they're
and then
gonna fucking get
refinance.
shut down. and they or not shut down. They're just going to route all of their offers through to NFTfi. Like, that's just a one-stop shop kind of thing, which makes sense to me.
Yeah.
I forgot to get into this guy. You said you know this guy, right? Unexplored WIP.
Yes. From
He was
Mexico.
asking about my NFTfi or my general this just literally like offhand thought I had. So the tweet was airdrop. So you airdrop farm, sell it into ETH, and you lend that against NFTs. If you can manage risk with the lending, it's super unlikely that you're not going to outperform most up until the bull starts, and there's not many better strats in terms of RR for sub 6-figure points, and it's not super time consuming. The airdrop farming part fairly straightforward. There's a million threads on how to do that. I'm not gonna talk about how to airdrop farm. Sell into ETH because ETH is king, and then lending. Do you do a lot of lending?
No.
I know you have before. Lending is like especially if you're a small fish. Like
It's the easiest way.
If you don't have like over 5 ETH to consistently be lending, you have to manage it quite a bit more actively. But not that it's like super hard. Like really
Yeah.
the only
I feel like in that case, though, if you're under 5 ETH, it's better to just go into the pools that haven't had a token yet.
But the thing is yes, I agree, but I like to add a little bit more risk than that.
Not indefinitely, but like just go in and out.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, it depends on like how stringent you are with your offers. Like if you're throwing out like 90% LTV offers, yeah, you can be deployed all the time. But I only look at a couple of collections that I would be not mad if they defaulted in most cases, and I really don't go over like 70% LTV, which is like high as is.
I'm looking at this dashboard from AAA, and people are
Nice,
definitely doing some freaky shit on fucking NFTfi.
I wish he had this.
Someone
lenders
just-
too.
Someone just borrowed against an art blocks for 0.3, and the LTV is 500%
Against a squiggle.
with an 81% APR. No,
Wait,
for 22 days.
What did you just say?
I don't think
Say-
it's a
repeat
squiggle.
those-
It's like,
repeat those terms.
yeah, right? It is. They borrowed 0.3 ETH, and they're going to pay off 0.31 over 22 days with a 556% loan to value ratio and 81% APR 2 minutes ago.
Which
They did it twice. I'll send you the link.
Send me the link. Yeah, that's not like it's not like a normal transaction.
Or I could just share screen, right?
Yeah.
For the viewers. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Look at this.
3. Okay. I mean, my first guess is that's someone fat-fingered. Someone probably fat-fingered
Twice?
because
Same
it had
wallet.
to have been
Same borrow, same lender.
what it probably. What it probably was someone probably set a collection offer on NFTfi, and they thought they were setting it for a specific art block. And this guy had some garbage that didn't work.
Yeah. Also, I don't know if you were aware, but I wasn't aware as to why the bend out shit sucks. I was talking, the lit NFT guys were talking, their presentation, and the oracle within BendDAO is a Chainlink oracle. So a Chainlink floor price NFT oracle. And right now, that resets, if I'm correct, I think it's like every 8 hours, every 12 hours. So if there's a huge move in like blue chips, you'll see mass liquidations on BendDAO. That's what their biggest problem is. That I guess they just are okay with. I'm not sure. And most other protocols are using off-chain oracles. Like Upshot. It's like centralized vector mechanism. That sucks. But I think that's one of the things where people are not going to care about Chainlink Oracle. People are going to be fine with using off-chain ones, which I think is good for NFTfi.
I feel like that's an important piece of infrastructure that not many people actually know about the problems behind, myself included. So.
Yeah, me either. That's why I thought I'd mention it. It's like something I don't understand fully. I think that's gonna do it for this week.
Let's wrap it up here. It's getting late.
Yeah, it's episode 12. That was a good one.